The new season of The Handmaid's Tale has started streaming on Hulu at a time when Margaret Atwood's fictionalized version of a repressive theocracy is very much a real thing. And when it comes to art imitating life, one character really stands out. Aunt Lidia, Gilead's fanatical, menacing overseer, makes sure that the handmaids obey the rules, believing it is God's will that they give birth to the commander's children. It's a line of thinking that feels very familiar right now in the United States of Gilead, aka Red America. Aunt Lidia mirrors what current members of the Republican Party believe as they implement draconian measures to control women and girls and mandate pregnancies. Today, a near total abortion ban takes effect in Indiana as Republicans fight to dismantle abortion from coast to coast. Senator Lindsey Graham has introduced a nationwide ban on abortions after 15 weeks, with the narrowest of exceptions for situations that Graham will never have to think about or endure. Yesterday, at Graham's press conference, a woman shared the story of her non-viable pregnancy and the excruciating loss that came with it.
What would you say to somebody like me who found out that their son had an anomaly that was incompatible life in 16 weeks? I had regular appointments, I did everything right, and at 16 weeks we found out that our son would likely not live. When he was born, he lived for 8 days. He bled from every orifice of his body, but we were allowed to make that choice for him. You would be robbing that choice from those women? What do you say to someone like me?
Here's what I would say. The world pretty much has spoken on this issue. As to your particular case, there'll be exceptions for life of the mother and rape and incest.
There are no exceptions in this bill.
Shoot first. Joining me now is Ann Dowd, the Emmy Award-winning actress who plays Aunt Lidia in The Handmaid's Tale on Hulu. I am so excited to talk with you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And I wonder what you make of that. Because, you know, we say the cruelty is the point, Adam Serwer's brilliant line, but it's also the indifference. I was struck by how he just couldn't wait for that lady to stop talking. He just was like, I don't want to hear this. I don't care. What do you make of all of this?
It's disgusting. That's what I make of it. And honestly, watching that right now, how dare he acclaim himself a servant to the people. Best I don't watch before I speak. As to, you know, Handmaid's Tale and comparing it to the world we're in, let's just be clear about one thing. What we do is make believe. When I go home at night, I know that no woman has been forced to be pregnant because of our show and stay pregnant. What's happening in our country is appallingly different. Because in our country, we've made a very blind and costly mistake. And just set aside for a moment, if we can, the non-negotiable right of a woman to choose. But where do they think abortions are going? Away? Abortions are going underground. And women will die, and children will be forced into this world without love, without a chance to believe in themselves and the hope of life, which every single child deserves. Who's going to suffer? The poor, the disenfranchised, people of color. And how dare they use the phrase pro-life? This is not pro-life, because if you open your eyes and look around, think of all the children without homes, without love, without care, desperate for a chance. Having been familiar with the foster care system and the gift of my son, who is now my adopted son, and those lonely, desperate kids who have been let down, don't you dare use the phrase pro-life. Look after those who are on this earth in need of help. And frankly, don't dare hide behind God's word, because God would never put people in this circumstance. And the thing about Lidia is that she's coming forward in our make-believe world, and the walls are dropping, and she is looking and saying, wait a minute, what am I doing? What am I doing?
You know,
I say I'm helping. Sorry, please, sorry.
No,
Too
no, no.
much.
And I love this. Listen, I just love listening to your voice. It's just so freaky for me to listen to your voice because I just know that voice so well from the show. And I have to tell you, I watch the show with the hand over one of my eyes because it feels too real to me now, right? It feels it's hard for me to watch it sometimes. And this is what Margaret Atwood said. She told the Los Angeles Times this about the world, as you said, the make-believe world that she created. She said, any totalitarianism always has views on who shall be allowed to have babies and what shall be done with the babies. It's been going on for a really long time. So what you're saying is so true. And now I do want to play a clip. And this is a clip specifically of Aunt Lidia. And this is in episode 2. This is not a spoiler. Anybody who hasn't seen it, look away, put your hands in your ears and go la, 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 la. Here's a clip.
Yeah.
You know what strikes me about Aunt Lidia is her fanaticism, her true belief in the system, but also the fact that you realize that she gains power from this system. And that's one of the reasons she seems to stick with it. What do you make of that kind of fanaticism? For me, it feels like it is what we're living through in real life, that these people are fanatics.
Well, yeah, the desire for power is remarkable. Power over integrity is just, you're really going to give it up? And this supposed, I can't even say his name, really? He's worth that? No, he's not. Lidia, it depends, if you read the Testaments, the beginning of Gilead is terrifying. And it's all about survival. Now, that's not how we look at The Handmaid's Tale. Handmaid's Tale, Lidia grew up, raised on shame, with a father, deeply, deeply religious, shamed by sex and everything else that goes with it. So her walls are strong and they are tall and the alleyway is narrow. Her belief in God to her is real. Above anything else, it's real. What she learns in this season is to open her eyes and look and see what's really going on. Now, will she get to a place where she realizes her profound belief is based on something that is not real? It was produced from the opposite of God, which is to say shame and cruelty, and you don't count. We're not there yet for her. But she's moving forward. So I'd say to the fans, hang on. I would. This is a shocking season, but boy, it is well thought out. And I'm just saying, hang in there. Not binging for mental health purposes, but just hang in.
I can't binge it. It's too hard.
Joy.
I can't do it. It's too hard. Let me ask you my last question, exit question. For you, and it has to be a little traumatizing and a little triggering to play this role and to be in this world as an artist, do you come away from just experiencing this world yourself fictionally and then looking at the real world and how they're kind of getting closer together? Do you feel hopeful?
Yes, I think we're in a very, very bad way, without question. We have lost our way on many levels. As to leaving behind the show and going home, you see, that's crucial. Has to happen, or we can't do it.
Yeah, absolutely. Ann Dowd, you're a treasure. Thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate you. Thank you. Oh, thank you. All right, cheers.
Good luck to you.
We'll be right back.